What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with some more Suicide Boys. This time we're checking out the song "If Self-Destruction Was an Olympic Event, I'd Be Tonya Harding." Okay, now I didn't know who Tonya Harding was. I know the name, so I did a little quick Google research, and I looked it up, and it says Tonya Maxine Price, right? So I don't know where the Harding came from. But that says retired boxer and reality television. That can't be the same one. This must be her over here. I'm just now realizing that. Oh, figure skater, and she was a retired boxer. And she did a whole lot. And she was raised by her mother, who enrolled her in skating lessons beginning at 3 years old. So that's actually kind of crazy. And they got a couple of other information here. I hear stories about that where, parents want their kids to become the absolute best. So they start enrolling them into type of, things and forcing them to kind of, at 3 years old, right? I mean, come on, 3 years old, kind of forcing them to do these great things instead of actually being a kid. You know what I mean? And they usually do end up growing up to do great things because their life been centered around this since an early age. But sometimes there's like some hidden type of damage and feelings, personal damage inside of things that they trying to rectify with as they get older, you know what I'm saying? Like unsettled with demons where they actually want to do something else, but the overwhelming pressure from their parents and possibly from their peers and just the type of situation they are, especially if they're great, kind of urges them to keep going on. So it's interesting, right? If self-destruction was an Olympic event. Now, of course, when it comes to Olympic events, people are always trying to, one up themselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. The whole purpose of performing at the Olympics is to try to be the best out of everybody there that's performing. So self-destruction, right? You trying to, okay. Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up.
Suicide boy, bitch.
So interesting sound design choice, right? She's obviously ice skating, and we kind of get that reference in the music, right? With those kind of transparency, kind of hollow sounds sitting in the back of the mix. It's interesting. There still is a campaign or it used to be like a really, really huge campaign, especially in the early 2000s, where everybody was pretty much blaming hip hop for the rambunctious or the attitudes of young people. You know what I'm saying? Because when we're young, music like this is like super influential. Everybody has a song that they're influenced by. We all go through those stages. You know what I'm saying? Like kids who grow up, get real big, heavy into rock or anything, or heavy into like different types of metal, like goth metal or something like that. Or not goth metal, but the whole kind of emo goth period. Some of us has been through it. Back where I grew up and everything, obviously things were different. Rap music was pretty much what I was surrounded by. And, if you're not careful and you're easily influential, then it's kind of easy to kind of get caught up in that wave, you know what I'm saying? Because it's what's all around you. And sometimes you end up being a product of your environment. And sometimes that's whatever music is being played in your environment. And not only to mention what goes on in the house. I am an avid believer that everything starts at home, right? Obviously kids going to grow up, make their own decisions, but the foundations and things are all laid down at home. So if that foundation is really strong, then I feel like, kids are more equipped with success when they go out there and make their own decisions. Doesn't always work. But like I said, I'm an avid believer, everything starts at home. So interesting that he just starts off immediately by saying, I apologize for getting half of the rap game hooked on getting high. Right. So sometimes it's not even high as in drugs or whatnot, right? Even though I'm pretty sure that's what he's referencing, but he didn't say people. He said half of the rap game hooked on getting high. Like, these are a very specific niche of people, not niche, but very specific people. The rap game. He could be talking about rap listeners, but I don't know why specifically he said rap game and not just people who listen to him. Suicide Boys definitely kind of remind they make the type of music that appeals to all people genres. Like even if you just listen to metal, if you just listen to folk music, you just listen to opera, I feel like you can come to Suicide Boys music and find some type of meaning and relevance because they talk about real life issues, you know what I mean? But this is just specifically just the rap game, right? As if it's the only game where people getting super high. So instead of me thinking, so I shift my thinking instead of like the rap game, like just people who rap. I think he's just mentioning all the people who enjoy rap, right? Not necessarily just the rap genre. We already know where that came from. Lil Boosie. Man, I remember when that song first came out, everybody was over that INDEP. This dude literally just spelling a word. How do you make spelling a word sound so hard? Bass is hitting. I can't keep all my money from streams and shows and celebrities. Just a white boy with his wrist cut. Been fucked. Now I'm making big bucks. Been had my dick sucked. This is interesting right here. Been fucked. Now I'm making. He said just so he basically was saying say his wrist cut, not necessarily like cutting his wrist, but he's saying that even though he's just a white boy, right, with his wrist cut. So even though he has like all these type of issues, because obviously when somebody's talking about like a wrist cut, that's like a there's more to be followed before you even get to that type of point, right? So it's almost kind of like he's insinuating, I have all these issues, or I have all these demons and everything I grew up with, but look how it turned out, right? I'm making all this money and everything. So when a listener, such ourselves, come and listen to this, right, and we look at all these type of issues that we may have some similar issues, it's almost like Suicide Boys is like, yo, even though you're having all these issues and everything, you can still be great. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's what he get. Because I mean, yeah, now I'm making big bucks, and he said, Ben, how am I? Yeah, so that and everything. But that's interesting. Just a white boy with his wrist cut. Been fucked. Now I'm making big bucks. Ben had my dick sucked. And the bass. All right. It's my rite of passage to leave all these sons like what, freedom to kill, like freedom to air your gun in the air. It's my rite of passage to leave all these sons like some bastards. Okay, got the AK with the punk sick when he won't play. Sick, known to bring the make him rock wait like it's Mayday. You don't wanna see me when I'm high, hit him with the drive by when I'm hollering out cray cray. Better pick a fuck aside, fucking with the fight now. Have your ass slipping in a play cray. Seems like he's flexing, like some flexing right here. I don't think there's any like really any type of deep meaning or something in here, what he was saying. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go back and listen to it again one more time. I don't think there's any deep meaning. It's not like it was just flexing. Yeah, gunfire in the air, yeah. That's the thing about, kind of like self-destruction, is that some actions that you decide to do, I feel like if you do it enough, people don't necessarily care if the whole entire group or area surrounding you do it a whole lot. People don't necessarily care, but I wouldn't necessarily tie that to self-destruction, although it could possibly be one, right? Kind of wreck your mental, kind of get you conditioned to do certain things that wouldn't normally be tolerable in the public. I'm a savage, I was raised with my brain half damaged. It's my rite of passage to leave all these sons like some bastards. Motherless child. Yeah, and then of course, some of the flicks you don't want to see more high. So again, if self-destruction was a little bit big, I'd be Tonya Harding. So they're really, really good at self-destruction. And when the self-destruction does happen, what follows is of a high caliber. This beat hitting though. Slow down. Yeah, too. I actually kind of think of that now. Well, that was interesting. Yeah, so like I said, self-destruction, and then the things that lead up to the self-destruction and the things that follow, right? The you know, like I said, of high caliber. And it's interesting now I think about that now, because here we are seeing Tonya Harding sitting here ice skating, right? And then what is this, right? What are we looking at? We are looking at a performance of that's followed by a performance that is a result of everything that she possibly been through. Now, I don't know all of Tonya Harding's history, but just given the context of the title, like if self-destruction was an Olympic event, I'd be Tonya Harding. I'm thinking she must have had a rough patch, like growing up and everything, that led her to do this. So this performance that she's doing all on a skate can be represented to what Suicide Boys would do once the self-destruction starts happening, everything happening of a high caliber or whatnot. Right? That's what I'm thinking of anyways. I don't think I was too analytical trying to break this down. I don't think there was much to grab at. I think I got the good idea. But you guys let me know if I was missing something super crucial. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.